Penguins. Their scientific name is Spinacidae. They are a kind of polar bear that cannot fly, and their average lifespan between 6 to 20 years. They can measure between 13 centimeters to 1 meter 20, and there are more than 15 species in the world. They're seabears flighters that were distributed almost exclusively in the southern hemisphere, except for the penguins of the Galapagos Islands. Types of penguins. Among them are Aptenoidetes foresteri, Aptenoidetes patagonicus, Eudites chrysocom, Eudites chrysolopus, Eudites moselip, Eudites pariscitius, Eudites robustus, Eudites chilegi, Eudites strilegi, Eutula, and many more, a lot of them. The history. What is the origin of penguins? Where did they originate? When did they appear? Thomas Huxley was the first person to see penguins on the icy shores of Patagonia. This species was discovered in New Zealand, and said it was the rarest species he had ever seen in his life. The first in Europe to look at these birds were members of Vasco da Gama's first expedition in the southern hemisphere, who called them baby birds or booty birds for their clumsy and upright walk and for being a bird incapable of flight. Years later, once of first British saw these animals, they called them penguins, which it was the name given to several species of the family Nucleus Alcidae, the family of the birds. How are they born? They are born from eggs incubated in their middle, so they are oviparous animals. Penguins are deposited in a nest to be incubated by the parents. At this point, the incubation period begins, often carried out by the male, which can live between 34 and 55 days. Why can't they fly if they are part of the bird's family? Well, penguins are the only non-flying living birds adapted to wing-propelled diving. Their bones are denser than those of other birds, increasing their resistance to impacts and also increasing the bird's weight by decreasing the buoyancy. Because of this, their wings have become fine without strongly compressed bones and the stiff joints that prevent independent movement of the wing bones. Behavior researchers say many penguin species nest in dense colonies and can be quite territorial. That their nests are easy and several species nest in underground galleries. That the eggs are generally light in color, white or greenish, and each of the species usually lays two, unlike the supreme sheep who can lay only one. And finally, food. Penguins of the Aptenoides, Megadives, Eutula, and Scinus genus feed many of fish. The diet of the genus Eudites is not very famous. However, it is estimated that many species feed practically on plankton. And an interesting fact is that they are called donkey penguins because their honk is like that a donkey.